welcome back to turn 22 of Three Peaks. So, yeah, things started kicking off in the last turn. Following up on the mortar barrage and all this smoke that he's put on top of the hilltop, Double's pushing up to try and secure the objective. This is, in one respect, really good news because it's giving us something to shoot at. Certainly, it's got a little bit messy. There's some... the scout platoon is a bit gutted over here on the left, but it's giving us, or giving me the opportunity to fire off all of my mortar ammunition, which is always good. Don't want to end the game still with ammunition left. Whence this smoke isn't going to stay there forever, and when it clears, those German Fallchirmjaeger up on the crest here are going to be extremely exposed to converging fire from the Stuarts. So Renier Stuart over here and Ney Stuart here. Plus the enemy forces pressuring here basically have the entire of Lee Nam's platoon and Strong Hussar shooting them up, and one of the light mortars on the Jared. So I'm not overly worried. My main concern, as it has been for about the last 5 or 6 turns now, is getting Donger's Stuart round into this position over here. The good news is that the LG-40 is getting pasted with 60mm rounds from Don. Yeah, from Don's light mortar there. So there shouldn't be too much of an actual threat moving up. The problem is more navigating the terrain. The issue essentially being that I think I just need to blow this bit up now to make this gap wide enough for the Stuart to be able to pathfind its way through. And once that's done, should be able to get through here and then go along the road. And then that should be the kind of nail in the coffin for Double's attack there, because it's going to get hit in the side by a considerable amount of firepower. But we'll see. Yeah, I'm just going to press. Let's just press go and see what we get. You see, it's just mortars for everybody up here. Oh, yeah, there goes Jürgen's buddy there, and oh yeah, Double's definitely mounting an attack over here. And that's like at least a platoon, if we think that they're probably spread down into teams. This squad has turned into a bit of a tripwire squad. But you know, the problem for Double is what he's going to do from there. And let's have a look at that. That's a pretty impressive kind of attacking line, but these guys are suppressed and have taken casualties. These guys are suppressed and have taken casualties. These guys are suppressed and have taken casualties. These guys are suppressed, these guys are suppressed and taking casualties. These guys, one of them at least, is suppressed. This guy is some kind of gymnastic genius. Oh, look, that's an ab workout. These guys up here, dead, casualties. Casualties and suppressed. These guys are suppressed. Yeah. So even though it looks from up here, it looks kind of like, oh my god, look at all those Germans. Down here, when you get down into the nitty gritty, it's a bit more like, huh, then having a bad day. Of course, none of this is tremendously surprising either. So let's eyeball this left flank. We'll go back to the ridge in a minute. So we have these two teams crawling up. The FN 2429 there. It's just area firing this, well, area. Who can actually see these guys? It's actually the guys at the bottom of the hill. So we can very quickly adjust that mortar fire and fire off the rest of their ammo over here. That's not a problem. But yeah, that is what we might politely refer to as a metric shit ton of Germans. All in their dressing gowns. Yeah, so in a similar way to what I'm doing over on this flank, Double can attempt to do on this flank. So, you know, the kind of bigger tactical picture, apart from all these poor Germans who are about to get shot, is that if he can successfully build a position here, he can cover off this side of the ridge line. And that's going to stop me from coming up this way to contest the objective. Unfortunately, I control the entire other side of the ridge as well. If we think of the ridge as like a triangle, sure, he might be able to control this side, but I have free access on this side, and I'm about to shut off, or I'm in position to shut off this side, which basically gives him no options for actually contesting it, whereas I still have some. We are, though, I think, seeing that you should hopefully have seen the other game by this point, where I'm playing as the Fallchirmjaeger. I think the French have a serious terrain advantage in this one. But let's get down in the nitty-gritty again and see what we're getting. So these guys run up here and, you know, it is kind of casualties for everybody time. That's a B team, so it's not a named individual. So a couple of casualties for those guys. It's the A team and the Sarvedra who is engaging those guys. Ooh, what was that? Was that a mortar round? Oh no! That was Strong Hussar, who has decided to engage. So yeah, this team has had enough, that's fair enough. Sometimes you do just need a team to act as a tripwire, so we got a little bit of, well, if we look at this from Double's point of view, by the end of the turn here, he's moved up, he's under fire, he's taking casualties. He's taking casualties from forces down on the reverse slope, and he has some elements in front of him that he must know about. So he has a problem, which is that these guys are going to force him to slow down simply because they're there. He can't really rush forward. Or it would be very risky to rush forward. So the issue he really has is, or I think he has, is what on earth does he do? If he stays to try and build up enough fire superiority to push these guys off to clear the way, he's exposed to these guys. Yeah. It's well, this is why I've set up a defense like this, because he has to come in and fight on my terms, which is he's got to put his head up over the top here, whereupon everyone and their mum down at the bottom of the hill can shoot them. And if we can get Marshal Ney in on this, up there, we can even get some enfilade fire in. So if we look at enfilade fire is when you're firing essentially down the long axis of a target. So you're obviously, because bullets travel in a linear path, we'll just ignore the ballistics for a second. Bullets basically travel in a straight line. So, for example, this team here, straight lines, they're only gonna, they can only engage a couple of these German teams at once at max. Whereas Ney, up there, from there, he can be firing down this line. So any targets that he misses, the bullets are still traveling in a kind of, in a lethal area. I need to do an actual video on machine gun theory at some point. But oh yeah, what else have we got here? So that's the offending mortars I think we've been seeing. So that's 1, 2, 3 mortars there. And if they're he's moving some of them up, though actually that could be this platoon's mortars. We got MG teams as well. Yeah, interesting. But yeah, I mean, these guys, it's not one-sided. Oh, who copped it there? That was an A-team. Oh, Lewis. You're dead, Lewis, sorry. So this is what it looks like from down here. That looks like a target-rich environment. There we go, just picked off there, and then a bit of 42 fire as well. You got Strong Hussar who is shooting this area up, and then decides to switch it out. Decides these guys are a greater threat, and engages. So yeah, if we consider here that we can't, it's always important to remember we can't see the whole enemy force. We can only see what our troops can see. And we're seeing casualties, and we're seeing suppression. So yeah, this German platoon here, I think, is going to have a real bad day. Especially seen as though we can adjust the mortars onto them. We can get Strong Hussar going at them, and we can get potentially, oh yeah, Ney can even see them. We can get Ney going at them as well. So we can sort that counter-attack out, I think. And we have some of the two M2s, the two machine guns, the M1919s. We can get them to kind of cover off this area, keep this area suppressed, because we're going to be lifting fire off them. So that's good news. We actually get in the center, so oh yeah, there goes. Did Nurgen's buddy actually get anybody before he went down? No. He just gets machine gunned in the back by one of these guys. But, you know, such is life. So these guys are successfully quite suppressed, I think. And there's more mortars. Yep. Got a runner. A couple of runners. Sucks to be up there. Is Renier getting in on the act as well? Yes. So, again, we can see with some of these bursts of fire, if he does it again, that's phase 7. That's good grazing fire. So you can kind of see the line of the bullets. Again, machine gun theory video incoming, I think. The line of the bullets is just skimming over the top here. Which means that anybody lying down there is having a bad day. And we saw more contacts over here, didn't we? Somehow. Kind of, certainly what I'm really expecting is for most of Double's force to be set up here. Oh. There's somebody. Just a random rifleman. Okay then. I think that's about it, yeah. But the most important part is, can Donga now get through? Yes! Yes! Finally! Right. Oh my god, that's far too much trouble. But we have now conquered this small wall. So KOB's out of satchel charges, demo charges, so he can go back up the hill. Donga should already have his orders, but we might just go over them again just to be sure. If we can't get through this gap, like I said in the last one, we can go left up here, or we could even, there is actually a proper full-on gap here, we could go this way. I don't, well, this is slightly more exposed. Might be worth it for the time. We've only got 8 minutes left. So we might end up going that way. I don't know how dangerous that's going to be, but if he goes through there and you know, on fast or something like that. So if we come up this way and then go, there's some bushes in the way, but it shouldn't be too bad. It's an option. So yeah, we have taken a couple of casualties. These guys, so the mortar ammo bearer teams here are conscripts. I knocked them down to conscript experience. I've been doing a little bit of min-maxing. Because seriously, what do they need to do? They need to stand next to the mortar and give them ammo. That's all they need to do. But it does mean they do things they shouldn't do, like stand here. So yeah, I would say that this was a pretty good turn. We are starting to get effect on target, as you could say. You guys need to come back here and give them their ammo. Get some shots behind there, because I'm sure we have something hiding there. Let's see if we can't swap this down to target light to conserve some ammunition. So if you see the target line there, yeah, just the enfilade straight down there, that's what we want. Let me move it a bit further back? Yes. I'll give them something to think about. Those guys aren't in position yet. This M2 here is. Can't see there because of the range. Okay, can actually see a lot less than I thought it could. But let's move the commander next to them because he has binoculars and he's going to be able to feed them info. Monsieur Baguette. Get yourself up there, son. And now, Donger, do we think we can do that? Or, no, let's go, let's avoid messing around. Go straight for this gap up here. Which is a wider gap. Start off by getting you up there. I kind of, the last thing I want here as well, obviously, is for the bloody like literally the worst thing that could happen would be that he gets bogged. That would be disgusting. That would just be like, no, why would that happen? So I'm somewhat wary of, for example, going too fast. But we'll see. Let's go for it. Yeah, I would say that is looking up. It's Megalon Jones's team been getting stuck in. Just the amount of firepower can really put out on those guys is significant. Let's try and get a couple of guys here a bit further forward. Perhaps. Just kind of need to get a good look over the top of that ridge. Again. I mean, it's probably clear because nothing's shooting at me. But those are some famous last words right there. Yeah, do we all have targets? Okay, this team. You know what? You probably need to stay there. Not probably going to end well for you, but let's make sure this area of the line here gets some attention. Definitely want that mortar team dead. Right. Looks like we could be at the decisive point here. So yeah, let's press that go button. And fingers crossed, it's all going to come together in the next couple of turns.